Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Wimbledon. If we could get 400 likes on the video, that would be bloody fantastic. Now, let's just get into some highlights of what's been going on this month. Obviously, we've had those two away games against Watford and Fulham and the home game against Man United. We've got a lot of stuff to discuss, let's put it that way. I'll see you guys in a sec. Mailey into the channel. Only a minute gone, he's got a ball inside if he fancies it to Kovacic. Can he pull one back? He does. Fabio's in and it's 1-0 to Wimbledon away from home. My god, we're leading an away game. What is this madness? Watford 0, Wimbledon 1. Fabio again. Vilhena, ball across, Honda at the back post, over the goalkeeper, and we've conceded from a free kick. Cardona steps up and scores. I'm sick of conceding penalties that don't look like they're inside the box. This one was right on the corner and to me looked outside, but how can you really tell? Comes to Vilhena, must be offside. Cardona must be offside. How the fuck is he not offside? 3-1 to Watford. I don't even know how that even happened. It looked to me like he was miles offside, but there you go. Vilhena's ball in. Why is he on the post? I don't have players on the post. I didn't put Toure on the post. Our free kick strategies do not have players on the posts. And yet he's just gone... I give up, really, to be honest. Away from home, we're not going to win a single game all season. We're going to lose them all 7-0, apparently. Got Fabio into space, needs to bit through. Fabio's in here, he bloody scored. Wimbledon 1, Manchester United 0. Even when we're playing badly, Fabio scores. What a season he's having. Holland's in, what a save. Oh, it's put in on the rebound by Krakowiak. We held on so long and nearly got another incredible victory, but it just wasn't to be, I don't think. We'll probably lose now. There we go. We've got a draw against United. I don't know how, really. I mean, we just keep on doing this at home. To Paul. Whips it across, Retario at the near post. Saved. Oh, for the love of God. We were the best side by an absolute country fucking mile in that first half. They come out in the second half and boom, immediately going for Fabio. Can he slip it through for Mailey? Mailey's through again, and this time Mailey does score. The deserved equaliser, but frankly, we should be winning this game comfortably, really, here. I think we might have cracked a wave form, though. Well, there we go, our first away point of the season, and frankly, we probably should have won that game, but the fact is, it's a point. Right guys, we are back, and as you can see, we are still finding ourselves outside the relegation zone. It is just barely, but there you go. That's how things are standing at the moment. So we're going to do a question of the day, and today's question is this: what is the most entertaining football match you've ever watched? Now for me, I'm trying to think, took me a little while to think about this. I actually just had to stop and think about it, but the one that really stands out to me is the 5-4 between Spurs and Arsenal, quite a long time ago, at least 10 years I think. I think it was at White Hart Lane. What a game that was. That was a crazy game. So yeah, that's probably one of the ones that stands out for me. I couldn't think of any more off the top of my head, but I'm sure there are plenty. Obviously the final between Liverpool and AC Milan back in 2000, I can't remember exactly when it was, but that was an incredible game as well. So yeah, games like that. Also watching Fulham doing some ridiculous things in the Europa League. I've enjoyed watching that, but that's just Fulham. Also some of Middlesbrough's comebacks in the UEFA Cup in the late in the early, mid-noughties as well, with what was he called, Massimo Macaroni scoring hat loads of goals. So there you go. What's the most entertaining game you've ever watched? Drop that in the comments too, with the hashtag QOTD as well for new ideas. So yeah, we're not in the relegation zone still. It's happening, and we've got some games. We've got a game in hand on the teams above us, so technically we could go as high as, in theory, 14th today with a win over Everton. But as you've just seen, things have been a little bit sketchy, as you would imagine. Now, looking at what we've got, we need a bit of luck. I mean, we went to Watford, and I just decided I was going to try and find a sensible, compact, yeah, I know, away tactic that we could work with. Now, I tried all kinds of things in that game. At times, I actually watched some of it on comprehensive. Obviously, I still did it for the highlights, though, just to make sure that you guys could actually... I still commentated most of it just to make sure that I wasn't going to just miss the game out like I did with that York game back in League 2. But yeah, but look at the team that Watford had. No matter what we did, we could not close down Edwin Cardona. No matter what we did, it was just impossible. We had him set to every single one. I actually put 2 players man-marking him, and it still didn't do anything. He was just making key passes for days, basically. And that was a problem. I mean, when we went in front, I thought, oh my god, we're going to do it. And then 5 goals went in. I mean, this is against a very poor, in terms of their actual league position, Watford team, who were below us at the time. And away form, I was starting to think to myself, away form is just not happening. We couldn't win away. We couldn't even come close to winning away. Look at our away games in the league. 6-3, 6-0, 3-0, 4-1, 5-1. It's ridiculous. Then, of course, we went at home to Man United and got ourselves a point. Didn't really deserve the point, but I have to say, we fought hard for that, and to get that point is massive. And then we finally got our first away point in a game which we should have won. Now, the difference in that game was the fact that I decided to try control. I thought, fuck it, let's just try control away from home with the same sort of stuff, with our usual tactic as well, our home attacking tactic. And we were very unlucky not to win. In the first half, we battered Fulham completely. Had so many chances and couldn't take them, but we got a point, and it's better than nothing. But there we go. So today we've got Everton. It's going to be difficult. Let's take a little look at the stats. Now, I did have a little look at the stats comparisons for a lot of the players so far. Fabio has 11 goals in 15 appearances, which is solid. Maley has 5, and then it kind of just sort of peters out after that. Now, we have lost Nygård for 8 to 9 weeks, which is a big problem, a really big problem, because we're having to play Jermaine Granderson or Johnny Bird now. Now, hopefully in January, once our South Korean import joins us, he'll be able to play in there as well. So we should have some more reinforcements coming in January that we've already signed. So that should be good, something to look forward to there. Over the last 5 games, it's all been about Fabio, as always. So let's get into the match and see what we can do. So against... so we went with this tactic against Fulham away. So I changed it to control once we actually got into the game. But we are the home team today, and Johnny Byrne is going to have to play there. Is that really what I want to do? I'm feeling like Jermaine Grant. Then again, Johnny Byrne actually played reasonably well against Fulham in the first half. He was getting forward, but I think Jermaine Granderson is probably a slightly better option in that role for today. So... we're at home. We've only lost once at home this season, and that was against Middlesbrough in our first home game. We probably could have done better in that game as well. So I feel like there's a lot to be gained from it, from this game. With the favourites, a win here would do us wonders, because it could potentially move us 4 points clear of the drop zone, and that's important. As you can see, Huddersfield are looking done for. Fulham aren't looking too much better, but Swansea have still got life in them yet. They've got some interesting draws, so it's still looking very, very tight. But I feel if we can stay up this year, then there'll be no looking back. That's the way I'm looking at it. I feel like if we stay up in the Premier League this year, we'll get enough money in the summer because of how little we're actually spending at the moment. Like, we've gained... like, usually I lose money in these saves once we spend the transfer budget. Since we spent that transfer budget, we've gained £25 million in our bank balance. And I'm hoping in January that the board will offer me some more money to go towards the transfer budget and maybe allow me to bring in a couple more players in January. That's my hope. Oh, it's going to slip it through and score. Oh, Pedro. Is that Pedro? No, Pedro Rocha with the goal for Everton, and we've been decent so far. That's the worst thing. We've looked pretty solid. Decent chances, lots of possession, pass completion, shots away, but we're trailing at home to Everton. We can't afford to lose home games now. If we start losing at home, we are dead. I do still feel that we'd keep our job if we were to be relegated, but I'm not prepared to let that happen. I will fight tooth and nail. I was originally going to do 3 episodes today, but I've only been able to actually record. This is the second one, obviously, as you can tell from the shirt I'm wearing, because I spent so long in that Watford game trying to work out ways of playing them, basically. And it was a shame. So, let's see what we're doing. We're still probably... I'd have to say, we're still probably the better side, and that's the worrying thing. That we're on top in this game and it's not going well for us, and that's where we want to start worrying. When we start losing games that we should be winning, because mostly this season we've won the games we should win and we've lost the games we deserve to lose, basically. Are we really? Hang on. Oh right, yeah. Look at that. And Everton, less so, but some number 13. I'm interested in him. They're very narrow. Whereas we are, look at this right-hand side. It's all about Tobias Agger. Look at the number 8 here. I can't remember who that is, but he is doing some good work for us. Everton playing out from the back. They are a bit, actually. So the plan for this second half, number 8 is Jake Reeves. He's having a lovely time. One thing I am tempted to do, actually, and we'll show you that, guys, show you that in a sec. I'm going to exploit the right flank a little bit. Actually, no, we'll leave it as it is. We're doing fine just as it is. And I often find when you turn that on, they just seem to not do it as much, which is really strange. We're going to close them down a little tad more, and I'm also going to affect Jake Reeves's... instructions a little bit to push him forward and let him roam a little bit more, just to try and get him into these positions here and get him further forward. That's the plan anyway. Don't know whether it's going to work or not. I tried it against Fulham and it sort of worked, but yeah, so I'm hoping they'll give us some more money in January because we've got so much in the bank now. We're £25 million in the in the black, and we need that money to stay up, and I really hope they give us a boost of our transfer funds because we've spent it all. But if I could bring in a couple of players in January, I feel like there's a chance for us to stay up again. Go on. Listerl. Now, of course, without Nygård, it's going to cause us some problems. Of course it is. But one thing I found is when we switched to control away at Fulham, or when we started on it, basically, Masek, can he slip it through? Fabio's not quite there, though. We were winning so many of the ball high up the pitch in these areas, like we do at home. But the problem is we never seem to do that away from home, and I think that was the problem. Masek, Fabio, can he slip it through? He's going to have to go alone, I think. Goes for Maley. Maley turns, Maley scores. Wimbledon 1, Everton 1, and a deserved equaliser from Radek Maley, and even a point... Actually, no, Everton are not having the best season. I really do want to win this one and keep these home wins going. You know, home win against Manchester City, home draw against Manchester United. Clearly, we're making New Plough Lane into a fortress, and that's important. That is great. But when you've gained, you know, at this rate, it'll be 13 of the 14 points would have been gained at home. And that's fine. That's great. But we need some away wins. Just a couple. Even if it's just like 2 in the entire season. If what we've changed makes a difference enough to get 2 away wins this season, then I will be content with that, frankly. I just want to do enough to stay up this year. It is as simple as that. It's a very simple directive this year. Stay up. If we manage that, the possibilities could be endless, because we'll have so little debt, and we'll be getting so much money in because we're not barely spending anything at the moment. Then I feel that we're in a perfect position to start springboarding, because the players we've got, most of them are in a position to get better, which is fantastic. What a great piece of play from Maley there. Wins a header against 2 defenders. Fantastic. Reeves now. We need some more from him in this second half. Masek. Can he slip it through? Maley? Fabio's onside, Fabio's gone round, and again the goalkeeper's not coming. We've turned it around in the start of this second half. Wimbledon 2, Everton 1, and again 16 points from our first 15 matches would be, for me, survival form. Maley round the corner, goalkeeper again, what are they doing? It's terrible goalkeeping, and that I'd be pissed off as well. Wimbledon 2, Everton 1, Fabio and Maley with the goals. Now let's not take our foot off the gas though, that's the key thing for us, although, oh crap, not going to get a chance to change anything, are we? Everton have only had 3 shots all night, and they've only hit the target with 1 of those. It was the goal, albeit. Okay, I don't know why the defender went close. That just feels so weird when that happens. When the defender goes close and then he'll just walk away for no reason. Very, very suspicious when I see that. It just, I don't know, it reeks of the game not knowing what it's supposed to be doing, and they're just doing random things like that sometimes. Now, I'm told that the low crosses thing and the defenders not defending crosses properly isn't actually just a feature of the game. Apparently, that is a known, I'm not going to say bug, but apparently SI actually consider that to not be perfectly correct. So, I mean, for me, it just felt like we were doing something wrong, but maybe if there is something in the game that's not completely perfect, that might be contributing to it. Right, I'm thinking that we probably need to, I mean, then again, have they really offered anything yet? Oh, he's going to shoot from terrible angle. Oh, please don't let the low cross come in. There we go. Farmer gets the ball, and he looks long for Maley, but he's not going to find him. But it doesn't matter, because Fabio's across. A 3rd goal here, and we're done. This game is over. Maley, Farmer. You know, we're expecting a lot from Sam Farmer at such a young age, but imagine how good he's going to be one day. That's the way I'm looking at it. Agger, go on, whip that across. Goes in, cleared away. Oh, wow. Very nearly an absolute kerfuffle in the defensive area there for Everton, allowing them... Now, I'm staying on counter because it's counter, really. It's the best approach for us at this point. I think at home, look at how good we are at home. It's incredible. Reeves, Granderson, he's got support. He needs to find someone, though. Back to Agger, just don't lose the ball here. We lose the ball here and we're done. Granderson, lovely stuff. Agger, just pull it across for someone. He's going to shoot, and Blanco's made the save for Everton. But we would deserve this victory. We've been the better team on the night, and I think we have thoroughly good value for the win. But, you know, we don't always get what we deserve. But at home, we've been genuinely very good, which does beg the question, is home and away just so under/overpowered this year? Because I don't think this tactic should be working so well at home and then so badly away from home. I know that there's obviously going to be differences between the two, but it feels like there's such a disparity, and not just in our tactics, but in the other team's tactics. It feels like teams are so much worse against us at home, just in general. Ah, damn it. Do we try and go for... we need to get a bit more... the great thing about Colin Murphy is he will close down those defenders just within an inch of his life. Oh, don't let them get the low cross in. Morales. That's offside. Rafa's offside. Thank God for that. Rafa is offside. I'm just tempted to go back to defensive. Now, someone asked me on a couple of episodes ago why I don't really use contain. Because to me, contain is basically just sitting there and saying to them, all right then, go on then, have a go. And when you've got a defence that's as frail as ours can be at times, sometimes the best approach is to just have that... If you bring all your players back and say defensive, then it's going to encourage the team to come forward and bring more players forward because they have no reason to stay back. Whereas if you go on counter, then they will always leave, in theory, a couple more back, or at least one more player back maybe, just to prevent you from getting them on the counter. Sam Farmer, I feel like he's got a goal in him this year for us as well. Maley lost the ball. Uh-oh. Morales over the top. Goalkeeper, that is where the goalkeeper should be coming. That is where... No! No!
Atomic face palm.
Oh, those are the areas where the goalkeeper should be coming. Like, we have got replays on, haven't we? Yeah. To me, once that ball is lumped out, how have they done this? Like, when that ball is there, the goalkeeper should be coming out. And also, they both went to Pedro, and a very thoroughly undeserved equaliser from Everton there, and these are the sort of results that we cannot afford to have. We need to go off for defensive, because if we go on defensive, we'll end up conceding a fucking third one, won't we? I'm absolutely gutted about that. We should have won this game. This should have been out of sight. We've been definitely the better team, and I don't know, maybe this won't matter if we can get a couple more points on the road. That's the way I'm looking at it. Maybe, you know, Then again, I would have rather lost the Fulham game and then won this one, frankly. 14 points from 15 games is not superb. It's 2-2, not the best result in the world, to be honest. I'm actually going to get on their back about that one, because the fact is, yeah, okay, you can seem demotivated, but the fact is we needed to win the game. Seeing it out, I don't know why, if we were on defensive, we had so many players up the pitch either, but there you go. We've only won 3 games this year, but it's still more than both Huddersfield and Fulham, so it's certainly not looking all is dead. We've got 22 goals scored to our name. Yes, I know we conceded the most, but we're scoring goals, and that's useful. We've got more goals than like Newcastle have, and obviously we beat them comfortably, so there you go. So in the next episode, guys, I'm just trying to think, which will obviously be recording tomorrow, because I'm absolutely knackered at this point from this recording. So let's have a little look. Oh, I'll tell you what, we need to do Swansea at home. It's the first day of January. I know that there'll be a few games in there, but look, Huddersfield, we've got Huddersfield at home and Swansea. There's a couple of really top winnable games in there, and I really expect us to try and do that. Villa and Spurs away is going to be tough, but I don't know. We've been against Huddersfield and Swansea, and we start to move away a little bit then, and that's what I want to see. Anyway, guys, if you've enjoyed this episode, despite these sort of 3 draws in a row, hey, we're unbeaten in 3 games. Think about it like that. And yeah, if you have enjoyed it, please do drop a like on the video. That would be magnificent. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel for more videos like this in your inbox every single day at 7 o'clock. And I will join you guys in the next episode for a home game against Swansea City, because remember, after that we've got some really tough games coming up again, and we need to make sure that we've got, I want to be getting to sort of 20 points by the Swansea City game. After that game I want to have 20 points on the board. That's my plan. Anyway, guys, I will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.